So here I am outside the Senedd Cymru, the Welsh Parliament that you saw in the opening montage as I was walking up towards it. And this has been in place since 1999 as the seat of the Parliament. It wasn't always in this particular building. They started off in the building behind, and I will show you that now on today's journey. Today's psychogeographical preamble will take me to a place that I've never been before. It is Cardiff's version of Avalon, Cardiff's version of Glastonbury, Lindisfarne. It's the holy grail for all psychogeographers, and it is quite amazing that in the 34 years of my residence here in Wales's capital city that I've never actually been. I've been past it unawares, but I've never actually walked it on foot to sort of get the sense, the spiritual sense of this place, which is quite incredible. And you'll see that when we get there. But what I've learnt from the first two videos, when I played them back, because I'm obviously a narcissistic sort of egotist. I've obviously played them back to look at myself and see how I'm looking, and I've realised that once I turn the camera around, the microphone's facing the other way and you can't hear what I'm saying. So what I'm going to hopefully do in this video is that when I turn the camera around and you don't see me, when it comes to the edit, I'll just put music on there, because I don't want you, my valuable subscriber, to strain and to say, what's he saying? I can't make it out. Okay, so that's the preamble. So I've started off the genius loci for today's Cardiff Psychogeographical Tour is the Senedd, the Welsh Parliament. And I'll just take you to the building which is right behind this Senedd Parliament. I'll take you to the building which is on our way to Cardiff's Holy Grail. And to show you this was the original Parliament. Well, so we've just walked past Canolfan yr Urdd, and to my shame I'd forgotten it was here. It's actually in the building of the Cardiff Millennium Centre, which is closed at the moment due to COVID restrictions, but just happened to see it there and realised that this last week was the 100th anniversary of the Urdd, which is the Welsh youth movement. And yes, so those little triangles you've seen, Coch, Gwyn a Gwyrdd, Mr Urdd. Right, so I didn't know until looking on Google Maps last night that there was a co-op down here. So your caring, sharing co-op, free advertising, thank you very much, is on Pierhead Street. So if you need to stop for supplies on your psychogeographical tour, I won't be stopping because I've put a bottle of water and 2 bananas in, and I'm hoping that that will see me right. I'm going to turn the camera around for a minute. So the reason I cheated and looked on Google Maps before I came out was the fact that I wanted to check whether there was a pedestrian way to this spiritual site, because you know, you do get a little bit wary, because when city centres and cities are built around cars, they tend to forget the old walkers and the old cyclists, don't they? As you know, if you are passionate about walking, passionate about cycling. So yeah, but one thing I found about Google Maps, which is quite good, I think, is that when you go on there, you're sort of looking to see where everywhere is, and it looks a lot further away, because when you actually get here in real life, you know, it's almost on your doorstep. It's almost there immediately. So I'll shut up again now. So one thing perhaps we don't think about when we're fast asleep in our beds, that there is still industry in the United Kingdom, the disunited kingdom rather, and you know, it goes on 24/7. Cars keep pootling down these roads 24/7 to give us the idea that we have freedom of movement. Freedom of movement, isn't it? So yeah, I think this road is something I'll have to check, but I mean, you can have a look at you if you want to come down here and do this very same pilgrimage as me. I think this is called the Eastern Link Road. Cost something like £57 million for the Welsh Assembly Government, who we just saw back there. And this was to sort of speed up traffic coming in from the east, because the eastern seaboard traffic would have been held up in Newport at the Bringlass tunnels, and you know, by the time they get to Cardiff, they're sort of chomping at the bit to get to work. Obviously, work, the panacea for all ills. Bit of work, that'll sort you out. Get down the job centre. Oh yes, we'll find some unsuitable work for you, sir, that will destroy your soul, sir. Oh yes. Remains of somebody's sofa by there. That's a place to put it, isn't it? So Right, I've tried talking and show you the island at the same time, and that won't work. So I'm just going to talk and say a little bit. I've showed you the island. In the 1990s, I used to sort of drive up here. I can't remember where I was going. I think I was going to visit a mate in the east. And Sunday mornings, or dropping them off after a night out in town. And there was a lady who lived on this island. And she had a shopping trolley. And she had sort of the black tarpaulin, and she was here for months and months, 6 months to a year. And I don't know if anybody, like a real Cardiffian, a proper Cardiffian, unlike myself, a plastic Cardiffian, if somebody actually remembers this lady, because I mean, it was quite obvious she was homeless. I mean, in all the times that I went past, I mean, it's a very difficult spot to sort of pull over. There are no places to pull over. But in all that time, you know, I didn't think to sort of pull over, walk over and ask if she was okay. But she'd created an island for herself in this sort of hectic... So who knows, this might be another legend. Perhaps the lady is still there after 20 years. But I just thought, she's found her way to a place of sanctuary, away from the madness of the Industrial Revolution. We continue. So this is a revelation to me, because I didn't even think that you could walk down here, having been such an unconscious driver of vehicles for such a long time. I didn't even think that you could drive down here. It was so industrial. So we're getting closer to Cardiff's Avalon. I'm going to break my own rule now and try and speak a little bit louder. Give you a bit of commentary as we're getting there. Rover Way, folks. The infamous, the famous Rover Way. So we're getting closer to Cardiff's Glastonbury, Isle of Avalon, Lindisfarne. The Holy Grail is not much further, and I cannot believe that in 34 years of living in Cardiff, I have never been here. Yes, folks, I have arrived at Cardiff's Avalon. Have you guessed where it is yet? Are you ready for the big reveal? So where am I? Where am I in this fine sunshine? And it's the first time I have ever stood on this traeth. Dwi ar traeth a Splat. I am standing on Splat Beach, or if you're posh like, if you're from North Cardiff, like Kincoed and Lisvane and you would say splo. You don't pronounce the T in Splot if you're posh, innit? So here I am on Splat Beach. Never been here before, been past it goodness knows how many times. But there's something quite magical and down to earth about the place. Something a psychogeographer would appreciate. And because Google Maps led to me to believe that it was further than it actually was, than it is, rather. Oh, get your tenses right, man. I've made it in good time. And also, I have decided I'll probably go back another route. So I've come basically across the dock, across the bay. What took my attention there? I bet you want to know. I'll tell you now. You wondered what had taken my attention there, hadn't you? Yes, you did. Well, a bright red fire extinguisher exploded. Is it an exploded one? Are we going to have to call the water spray firing extinguisher disposal brigade? Oh, I better move back slowly in case it explodes, isn't it? So, Splat Beach, the eponymous Splat Beach, and I will finish by here now. I won't show you the route back because I don't know if I've got enough battery to film that. I might have, but we've come one way, so it's a one-way street, folks. But let me leave you with this very important message, because the way things are going, we won't be able to do these videos. We won't be able to sort of show a spread a garn, a spread teithio, a spread wreath. So kill the bill, folks, kill the bill.